What is up, gamers? Welcome back to another Lazy Game review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Crash Bandicoot N-SANE Trilogy. So in case you're not aware, I do talk about this in all of my videos pretty much. I do have a games list of 22 games that I want to get through before the end of the year so that I can defeat my backlog, which I've got. I think I have on Steam about 100 unfinished games, although I haven't updated that in a bit, so there's probably more. Actually, played through all three of the games. I did not complete them fully or whatever, but I did write down some notes about all three games. Some of them will be more general about all three of them. Some of them might be more specific about each game. But let's get into it. So graphically, and this is for all three games, I think they all look great. I think the art style is pleasant to look at. It's clean. It's nice. Although I do prefer the fourth game's art style, which I have not played, but I have seen a lot of footage of. I kind of like the more zany aesthetic they take on with the fourth game. However, I could not knock the remake for its graphics. They're fantastic. In Crash 1 specifically, it's a lot more difficult than the second and third game. I think that's the general consensus around the block for the game. I did find it a little annoying at times, especially with the boss battles. Some of the boss battles are weirdly really hard, and some of them are weirdly really easy. I found that the actual final boss battles for the first two games were weirdly easy. The third game was a bit better on that, but the first two really held back, oddly. I did find the movement in the first game as well a bit restrictive. It was a bit simple, and after playing the second and third game, I can definitely see that get improved on. Especially, I think the second game had a really good basis for how Crash should control by default, and then the third game just took it a step above what it could be. I thought that the movement in the next two games were great. They were smooth, they were fun. The first game, though, it felt a little like the moveset was so small. There wasn't much you could do besides run and jump. Going on to Crash 2, though, I did enjoy the twist on the story. I will keep it. I guess there's not really spoilers. There's a 20-year-old game, but seeing Crash actually work with Cortex rather than against him initially, I thought was really interesting. It added a lot of weight to the story, I feel like. And yeah, I just really liked that part. It felt great to go around because there was a distinct goal to go through all of these missions rather than it's just each level gets you closer to Neo Cortex. There's an actual goal for each of them, and they each play a part in the overarching story. I did find, this is a bit nitpicky, I guess, but the second game definitely has the most generic level select of the three. I did like one sort of Donkey Kong Country style. It's all one big road that has a couple diverging paths. They go through different territories on the island, and I did like the third with its weird time room that you could go around through all three different sections and select each level throughout them. I did like the first and third the best. The second one just felt like this weird collection of rooms with unique doors, but that's really it. I guess you could kind of say that as well for the third game, considering they're all those buttons that lead to portals and there's just a big set piece. But it felt like the third one had a bit more of an exploring aspect, as in you could access every world from one location. I did enjoy the new movement, of course. The level design in the second game is a lot easier than the first game. The first game is weirdly hard. And the third game also was weirdly easy compared to the first one. I'd say they're moderate difficulty. At times, they can really piss you off. It happened to be plenty. There were a couple times in the third game, or once or twice, where I just couldn't find the gem for some reason, and it got to so bad where I had to look up one of them, and I felt like an idiot afterwards. I thought all three games were great. I am almost definitely going to be playing through that game again. I want to get more of the gems. I want to get those secret levels. I know I also need to play through Future Tense and Stormy Ascent, those scrapped levels and completely new level for the N-SANE Trilogy. I think it'd be really fun to go through those. Yeah, I would recommend it. Absolutely. I pay probably $30 for it. It's a great game. It's simple. It doesn't take too long, but there's a lot of replayability, of course, with going back, getting more gems, those time trials that I know are going to be a pain for me to do. I thought it was just a great game. It's a good game. That's pretty much it. See ya.